This is the blender review for home improvement, the home improvement challenge. And the challenge was to create something that you would find in your home or in a home that improves it in some way. This is the 33rd blender challenge that I've run on the Zero Bio Discord. And here is the entries for this one. It's not too many. This is actually not a final render, and this person didn't submit it, but I thought it was such a cool idea that I wanted to feature it here. As you can see, this is some kind of a self-heating frying pan. I put down little notes down here so I can remember what these things are. I just think that is such a cool idea. You can see sort of this old texture on the frying pan, and you can see the heating coil or wires, whatever, and here's where you're going to set some temperature on the thing. A self-heating frying pan, isn't that's such a neat idea? I would make use of something like that. So I know it's not a final render, and I just had to include it. Okay, well, we're on to some final renders. This is a futuristic modular house that has some solar panels and some air conditioning on here. It's obviously very futuristic and sci-fi, and I have to tell you that all of these indents and designs are texture. They're not geometry. So this person is king of the normal map. This is done in Blender, as far as I know. The modeling and the texturing, and a very consistent use of the materials or the textures, often doing things in a very similar style. So if you go back and have seen some of my other challenges in this person's work, you'll see that the materials are really similar. It's very, very consistent that way. So this is just a really nice, cute model of all of the components here for this futuristic modular house. And I've got a couple of other renders as well. It's a close-up of what I believe is the air conditioning, but now you can really see the texture and stuff. And just think back to when we used to do some of this in geometry. You know, you still might do a little bit of this in geometry, but this is pretty much a lot of this stuff is done in texture. Okay, and you can see his name up there, Duster. All right, so it's no great secret. And then a view from the other side. So really, really a cool entry and a really cool environment as well, isn't it? A snack delivering drone robot. That would be super useful on movie night. That would impress your friends, whatever. It's going to bring you your beer and your chips. So obviously you had to model these things as well as the robot itself. But I mean, I'm not saying that we necessarily would have that in our homes right now, but we certainly will in a few years. I really like these emissions, the face, the bug-like face, and a face only a mother could love. And that's cool. And we've got just another image here, still a bit closer to see the detail in these claws. I don't think you want to argue with this guy about that's not what I wanted. Oh, look, it's Zero Bio beer. I didn't even realize that. That's cool. Yeah, really, really nicely modeled and a fun idea. And I was hoping for that, some wacky kind of ideas, whatever. Speaking of wacky ideas, we all probably have a microwave in our home, but I don't know if we have a microwave with a PacMan game included on it, so that while you're waiting for your popcorn, or you've got 4 minutes and 55 seconds and you're standing around looking, waiting for this thing to be done, you can play Pac-Man. Isn't that a cool idea to do that? Yeah, and nice graphics on it as well. So yeah, I think that's a really neat idea for home improvement as well. I like all of them so far. This is a power generating and water filtering house. So I really like this style. I know this person's done a couple of them in this style, and so here we see it again. We got the power units right there. So I don't know if that's called living off grid. I imagine this would require a lot of power, but anyways, we've got the power units here and the water filtration system here. So in a sense, maybe it's all sort of self-contained. You recycle your water and filter it, and maybe that's the same kind of thing with your power. You use it and then somehow it's regenerated But just the sort of the simplistic material style, but having this emission here and having the emission here sort of repeated is really nice. And then of course you got the figure in there to put everything to scale and imagine living in that. It's not a tiny house by any means. So yeah, some nice modeling details and a really creative idea. This is a wardrobe assistant clause. So here is your dresser or wardrobe, whatever. I think this is front and I think that's back, or maybe that's just another version of it. And you've got these claws which can pick through your clothes and choose stuff for you, or maybe fold it for you or whatever. And what we need is a special feature for when you put something away dirty. My daughter really needs that when she like puts away an old t-shirt or underwear and just crams it in there. You need the robot claws to go, take it out. No, not acceptable. But yeah, or you wake up too early in the morning and you go, I don't know what the hell I'm going to wear. Just find something for me, will you, Jeeves, or whatever your name is. So that's a cute idea too, isn't it? And then we have a number of the sleeping pods, and this is kind of the hallmark of the challenges, at least for me, to see if people end up following me. If they do, how do they do in the challenge? And is what I'm doing, is it easy enough? Is it clear enough? Is it too simple and somebody's going to take it in a whole another direction? So I had come up with this idea of sleeping and how you could deliver medicine or some kind of soothing chemical while you sleep, rather than just sleeping in a queen size bed or whatever it is. And I wanted it to be a bit sci-fi. So this person has done similar to mine, but also done some slightly different details here with the hazard strips here and slightly different design to the canisters. We've got the slits on here and that kind of a thing. So there's one, I'll call it a sleeping pod. All right, I mean, that's what I call it. We call it Medipod, whatever. So, okay, very cool, very nicely done. Here's another version of the sleeping pod with sort of the holographic text on the, on the glass here. The nice pillow, fabric type stuff on the inside here. Very interesting, texture here. I really like this piece. I think that's really nicely put in there. And then of course this thing here with the inputs and some sensors or whatever exactly that is, this computer part there. So this is by Slumber Tech. It's the name of the company, I guess. I think it's just great as well. So I really like seeing the adaptation for what I might come up with, and then people say, okay, I'm gonna do something similar. Then I'm happy they're watching my videos, and then they do their own kind of thing. And it's also a challenge for me because I don't always know what they're doing, although I might see whips and I do mine, and then I see theirs and I say, oh, I can't believe I never thought of anything like that. And look how creative this is as well. Another sleeping pod with some similar stuff, but we have the emission here, nice glow going on. We've got this canister of some chemical, some medicine, whatever, being delivered. I think they're being delivered, but somehow this gives me a real eerie, almost alien-like feeling. So I got a sense of kind of something creepy here. I don't know. Even though the textures here, I think, are sort of orange metal, they look a little bit like wood as well, just because of probably the color of it. But yeah, it's supposed to be something very helpful. But I also got a creepy sort of idea, and you got the monitor up here with another canister delivering. So you've got this shape of canister here delivering something up to the head region of the patient, and you've got this one delivering it down here to the feet area of the patient. Of course, it all mixes together. So again, another very creative take on my sleeping pod. And this is my stuff, and I've already shown my renders as well. I just did it in Eevee, just a quick texture after modeling the whole thing. Mine's got some wheels on it, so you can move it from room to room, although it looks quite large, or just put it over by the window or whatever. and of course all the various components. I don't have to go through everything, but basically, like I say, textured in Substance Painter with some text and some little doodads on there. We got the camera inside and the headphones and some buttons and the computer monitor and a little ramp here that you can slide along, and a couple of different styles of canister that look not too healthy themselves, delivering some sort of medicine. This was actually an anti-influenza medicine of some type. All right, and I have just a couple of views of that. You can always go back and see my video where I just finished the series and did renders of my stuff. So yeah, I'm very impressed with what other people came up with, and that's all I've got right now here. I probably only had 4 or 5 people that finished the challenge, and in a way, I'm not surprised because it was a weird one. I just had come up with this idea, and I thought it sounded great, as I often do, and I put it out there, and a few people really resonated with, and some people I think were very, very busy with school or work or whatever, and they just weren't quite sure what to do. And so yeah, sometimes we won't always hit the mark with challenges, but I am planning on doing more. I've been talking a little bit about the future of the Discord, and I've been hemming and hawing a little bit about my time and busyness and whether or not I was going to continue with it. But I do have some good help there, and I know that the community wants to keep it going, and I do too, to be quite honest with you. And so I'm hoping that the next Blender Challenge will take root more in the community and be more something that everybody wants to participate in, and is not such a kind of a really crazy idea, and something a little bit more obvious that leaves it wide open for you to model something that you might already be into modeling and texturing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish some of the projects that I have going right now, and then we're going to get back and we're going to do another Blender Challenge on the Zero Bio Discord. So I will leave a link to the Zero Bio Discord. If you've never been there, then come on by and sign up and see what everyone's doing, and I will eventually announce the next challenge. In the meantime, thank you to all the participants who put their time and efforts and great models and renders into this challenge. That was Blender Challenge number 33, so we're moving on to the 34th challenge. And I look forward to it, and I hope you do too. So come on back to the channel, subscribe, of course, and make sure you get the notifications for all the other YouTube stuff I'm doing, and come to the Zero Bio Discord, and be happy to have you there, and you'll see a bunch of great guys and gals. And so don't be shy. All right, take care.